2015 to March 2018, demonstrating exceptional leadership, total commitment to excellence, and a genuine concern for the welfare of his sailors. He led over 280 sailors to unprecedented levels of operational success while maintaining focus on sailorization and family support. His loyalty and steadfast devotion to every Red Lancer was essential to the squadron's exceptional performance during the inaugural deployment to U.S. 7th Fleet Area of Responsibility. During his tenure, he
for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during a critical time in its history with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of military service. Your commitment and dedication have been an inspiration for those who will follow in your footsteps, and for all Americans who join me today in saluting you.
Other than that, it's great to be here. I travel from the Northeast, where you guys know the weather is much, much better than this. Not so much. I would have liked to be here earlier yesterday so I could swing the sticks with Master Chief, but I came to this beautiful base. I think I was here 5 years ago when I was working for the Secretary for Legislative Affairs. I brought some staffers down here. So 30 years. It's 3 decades. Not a short time. 1,560 weeks, or roughly 10,950 days of dedicated service in uniform. As we pause for a moment and appreciate the gravity of that, most of us can recall how far we have come as a nation, in good days and in bad. If not, I'll quickly refresh your memory. In the year 1988 AD, when Jeff joined the Navy, George W. Bush defeated Michael Dukakis in our national election, and we saw the end of the Iran-Iraq war, a war that had lasted 8 years and killed 1.5 million. First enlisting in 1988, he made a conscious choice to take an oath, defend our freedoms, and protect our way of life. His Navy career began here in Florida as it ends, and it's fitting that we'll come to a close in Florida. Serving in 17 different commands and working by, for, and with countless sailors, he has altered the trajectory of young Americans, our blood and treasure. His commitment to duty has taken him around the world, to the far reaches of the Pacific, and Diego Garcia, Philippines, Guam, and Bahrain. What is abundantly obvious is his love for surfing, which would explain the heavily tanned and spotted skin. So it's no coincidence that his world travels have always began or ended in sunny San Diego. And if you didn't know, after his Navy life, he plans on going 68 surf trip to Indonesia, which I just learned. Not surprising at all. After all, you cannot claim the Military Surfing Championship trophy if you've been stationed somewhere else. I would enjoy the opportunity to talk about all of his endeavors in multiple commands, but I only just met CMC Eason in recent years, which perhaps one would consider these years to be the twilight of his career. It's a shame that our paths didn't cross sooner, as I've not only immensely valued his input, feedback, and counsel from him and his chief petty officers. But in the short time I've known CMC Eason, I've come to understand more about life, professionalism, and the pursuit of meaningful endeavors. CMC Eason and I first met on his most recent, turned out to be his final duty on a ship, great ship USS Sampson. On Sampson, we were in need of a CMC that struck the artful balance of camaraderie, empowerment, and discipline. Simply put, the Sampson Chief's mess needed leadership that reinvigorated and elevated the sense of values that our Chief Petty Officers' mess has embraced for over 2.5 centuries. CMC Eason was the right fit. While I would have preferred a more serious, more stoic individual, that wasn't what was in the cards. And as it turned out, it's exactly what we needed. CMC Eason approached our challenges with finesse and had an uncanny ability to bring the team together. His affable attitude and can-do spirit was second to none, and without exception, elevated the performance of all our 330 sailors. I would guess that this approach is not unlike his approach to his other 16 committees, and hope the same for here. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we face renewed threats from abroad by a new brand of Islamic terrorists, by non-state actors that seek relevance, by state-sponsored rivals who challenge the world order. CMC Eason has been a part of the enduring legacy of our Navy.
Down my life, there is not a shred of doubt in my mind that I would not be standing here before you, culminating 30 years of military service. Before I go any further, though, I must recognize the professionals who are responsible for putting this all together. Trust me, on top of all these individuals' regular job, they also managed to pull this ceremony off. Herculean efforts in all facets. I also want to take time to thank all the participants. color guard, side boys, bell ringers, flag detail, and ushers. It will be a memory I will cherish for the rest of my life. A special thanks to Command Master Chief Cindy Baker for her spectacular rendition of our national anthem. I am privileged to have a fellow Command Master Chief deliver our great nation's song. Lastly, I want to thank VP-16 for the use of the hangar space, because we may have ended up on the runway because ours was kind of busy with getting ready for pack-out. Thank you, VP-16. Skipper Albus, I'm not sure if it's in the water or lost between successor VP-10 skippers, but this trend of baldness has had me nervous my entire tenure here at VP-10. Between you, Skipper Miller, and Skipper Lacey, I always thought one day I was going to wake up bald. It's happening all on its own, and I'll be there soon enough, I'm sure. Anyway, I want to personally thank you for your leadership, wisdom, and counsel during my time on board. You truly are a sailor skipper with a big heart and lots of words. So many words. If the Red Lancers only knew of how many decisions you made that, while meeting mission requirements, the first question would always be, how will this impact my sailors? It is an inspiring trait, and it has been an absolute honor to serve alongside you. Thank you. Commander O'Mahony. Hope I got that right. Sir, you are a patriot. Words can never adequately express the sincere gratitude and deep, revered respect I have for you. We have been through quite a bit together, and to say our time on the Samson was busy with the understatement of understatement. It was absolutely amazing to see you inspire and lead those under your charge. Sailors gravitate towards that leadership. I remember a morning meeting with the department heads, and we were discussing requirements that had to be made, and all expectations exceeded. Because on the Samson, that's what we did. And that if we couldn't do it, he would crush souls. That sounds bad. The day we were notified that we were selected as Chief Petty Officers is a day we will all remember vividly and know exactly where we were at the time. That's the only thing I can put in context with family and friends, so they can at least get an idea of what it means to make it in this phenomenal brotherhood of leadership and fellowship. To be a part of something so much bigger than myself or ourselves, and the volumes upon volumes of tradition and history we've become a part of is undeniably humbling. We will always be Chief Petty Officers. Remember that and ensure we lead, train, and mentor those behind us. They are the future of this great organization. I leave active duty in very, very capable hands. Thank you for all you do.
America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I am flown with my fellow banners. My head is a little higher. My colors a little truer. I vow to noble. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved. And I am feared.